I'm so tired. Ugh. It's 11:44 p.m. Um, haven't done one of these in a long time. Really long, actually. Like at least 3 weeks or even a full month. Um, I don't know why, really. It's like maybe I've fallen out of a habit, or maybe I'm avoiding something. I think it was like that for a couple weeks. Maybe I was like avoiding something, or avoiding talking about something, or more recently it's been more haven't been feeling up to it as of recent. I'm gonna go check what's been up. uh what was the last thing I talked about? It was a long time ago, so let me definitely go and get that sorted out, get that checked out. See what was up there. Oh yeah, it's been a whole month. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Uh, apparently last time I was talking about how I was losing my hair. I don't even know, honestly. No, I haven't been paying attention much to it, but it's like whatever now. It's not that noticeable, I don't think. Um, it's like whatever. It's like normal stuff, I think. Maybe mature hairline, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. I think it's because my hair is a little longer now, so I actually notice it a lot less. I don't like thinking about that. Ugh, I'm growing old. Not really. Yeah, I still look like a child. Um. Oh, this past week I've been biking a lot. Um. I finished employment training. Um. So I finished that, and now I'm in that phase of like job development. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Um. You know. Let me go check my spam email. Uh, yeah, so everything's great. Um, yeah, so everything's great. Um, in terms of that, finished that, got my money, got the 900. Um, what have I been doing? Uh, what else have I been? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Uh, um, so for the past week, I've been biking a lot. Um, my dad and brother, they got me a bike. Me, it's a little bit. I'll be honest. It's a big bike. It's not for my size. Well, it's a regular average size bike for an average size person. I'm not an average size guy, or average height guy. I'm on the shorter end, so um, so there's that. What else? I honestly don't know. Oh God, I'm noticing it now. But it's like, am I just noticing it more? So I'm like exaggerating by pulling it back like this, because I feel like this is a normal fucking hairline. No, I feel like I am just over exaggerating, and I can't know for sure. But I feel like that's always like a scary thought in my head, you know? Like, cause look, that is like so normal. Unless I pull it back like this, obviously I'm gonna notice that. And maybe it is thinning here, but I don't know. I don't know if thinning is something I have to worry about right now. Um, I think, okay. I know why I've been avoiding this. I've been avoiding doing this. Anyway, sorry. I'll go back to that. I'll just do the quick bike update. So yeah, the bike's a little big for me, but I can ride on the road just fine. It's just I think problem is trailing. It's really hard for me to stop and and you know it's really hard for me to stop and get off the bike really quickly because I don't have standover clearance. But yeah, I've been biking a lot. Lots of good activity. I've been outside a lot more often. I think it's good for me, honestly. I've been less um how do you say this? I'm less. I don't know. These past weeks, I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how have they been because mainly because I've been in like a brainless state, like a mindless state, like a mindless zombie, just like going through life, being indulgent. I know um I've been indulgent these past couple months. Past couple weeks. I've been eating a lot more carbs, a lot more things that I know I shouldn't be eating. Not, and it's not like restaurant things. It's not like I just overeat, and that's usually a telltale sign that I'm not doing too good. I've been sleeping okay, I guess. Been sleeping earlier these past couple days, partly because I am more tired from all the biking. What else? So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I think I just overall been really avoidant of everything. I've been working out. I've been doing that stuff. I haven't been meditating. Man, like that is such a that's like one big thing I've always wanted to do is incorporate meditation and mindfulness. I have such trouble making that a habit, and I don't know why. And I really want to figure that out. If I can keep biking as a habit, if I can keep working out and all those things as habits, if I can keep those things as habits, why can't I do the same with meditation? You know? I don't know. It sucks. I don't know. I want to figure it out for sure. I do have more thinking time in terms of the past week because I am more outside and I'm less mindless, and I think I'm more mindful on a day-to-day basis. Obviously, not as much as if I was meditating daily and I was, you know, but it's definitely getting better, and that's a good thing, and that's why I'm even on here in the first place. I was in a mindful enough state to say, fuck. Like, alright, let's go do it. Let's go talk about it. But okay, I don't think it's like I do avoid it. I do avoid doing it. I was avoiding doing this for a little bit. Part of it though was like, oh, I'm like putting it off in my mind. But it's like I don't know. I haven't been doing. Oh, my voice. I haven't been doing I haven't been doing Google Calendar, Google scheduling, any of that. And honestly, I think I really gotta get back on that again. I really wanna, you know, get that going. Like, and it's like the thing like with the CBT program, the modules. You know, they genuinely had a good amount of skills and things to incorporate into my life, and how that would make me feel better on a day-to-day basis in terms of anxiety, depression, or whatever it may be. It's just, it's really tough incorporating these things, and I don't know why. Um, it's just like doing the calendar and doing the to-do list is like, ugh, it's like such a, and it's like, it's so weird because I can go and play video games for 4 hours and fuck my brain up that way, like in terms of thinking and in terms of all that. I suppose there is a sense of turning your brain off when that happens, but I don't know. It's like I'm still logically processing things, and I get that. Like doing the calendar and doing the to-do list has some sort of facing what I have to do, and it's not really that bad anyway. But I think there is part of that. I mean, I don't. The main reason why I'm not saying lazy is because I don't know if I'm lazy. I mean, I'm lazy in terms of, yeah, not doing things that I'm supposed to be doing. But if I can put energy and focus into, I know it sounds stupid, if I can put energy and focus into gaming and be like mentally tire myself out that way, why can't I spend even 5% of that and just setting my day up? And why can I spend a good amount of physical energy biking and not do that and not, you know, it's also I don't know, man. It's so, I get so frustrated with myself because I genuinely see how easy this could be. I genuinely can tell how good things can be if I just get a little bit of my shit together. And it's like, I look. I know I'm capable of so much more, and it is like so many things going inside my head right now. There's two sides of me right now. One side that's saying, hey, you gotta give yourself some slack, man. Like, you're trying, you know, you could do better, you could just do it. And the other, and you know, just, it's fine, no need to beat yourself up over it. And there's that voice, right? And there's this other voice which was currently speaking, that's saying, hey, you're being a lazy piece of shit. Like, if you logically think about it, it's actually so easy, you know. Spend the 5% of the energy you spend towards gaming, and take that away and put that into setting up a schedule, calendar, and all those things. It's like, it's so annoying. And what I could do is make calendar and to-do list my things again, my home pages. And you know what, I'm gonna do that right now, because that was helpful. Like that, like I think self-control, I think trying to spend the least amount of self-control as much as possible so that I can use that self-control towards other things in my life. I'm gonna be honest, like my willpower right now is an all-time low. Like it's an all-time low right now. It's pretty, you know, down there. So, you know, I think the logical thing would be, a good balance would be like, hey, set yourself up so that you don't have to use much self-control, and you use your willpower for the things that it actually needs. You know, I shouldn't spend so much willpower or mental thinking, that I don't know what to call it, but that thinking energy on things like, ugh, I don't want to go do this, I don't want to go do that. It's like, what if I just, you know what, that's a good fucking idea. What am I doing? I really should do that. Okay, here we go. Homepage. Let's do it, man. Home button. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Anyway, I do gotta do that, but definitely setting up my day so that it, it's better for me. To have, yeah. So I'm trying to figure this out. Just give me a second. Okay, I just did it, and it's like simple things like that. Anyway, sorry. I just added to-do list and calendar to be the first things that I see when I open up my browser. That way, whenever I get bored, I think instinctively, whenever I get bored, I open the Brave browser. I open my browser. I open I open that up, so that what's the fucking word here? So I open that up, and so that when I instinctively get bored, I reach for the browser, and then there I go. I see calendar and to-do list. Like, man, I honestly think I've been going about this the wrong way. I need to set up a day. I don't know, maybe I'm doing another extreme, but I think I just generally need to go in a direction where I need to sort of adjust the way I do things by spending less thinking energy on doing those things, if that makes sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense, I know. My overthinking, the inner voices in my head, always comes up with excuses when I don't want to do something. I know everyone has those voices like, oh, you should go eat that pizza. It's fine. You're just there to enjoy it. Like that sort of thing. Like, oh, it's okay if you don't work out today. You worked out really hard yesterday, so it's okay. Like that sort of thinking, right? So how, instead of, I think in my head, in my own inner voice, I think, no need to check to-do list or calendar, because that's not really something you need to worry about, right? So the bad thing is, delete. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I think I've been doing this all while. Because there were days where I felt lazy and I felt like I didn't want to do anything, and I still checked the to-do list. I still checked the calendar because it showed up in my browser, it's like, how do I, you know what? I'm gonna do it, bro. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. I made the to-do list the front of my goddamn list, on the front of my phone. Like I feel like I just need to do certain things like that. Make it so that the first thing I do, since I'm on the computer a lot, right? Since I use it as a way to avoid things, avoid thinking about things, why don't I, you know, just do that and like make it so that the first thing that pops up when I use the things that I use to maybe uh avoid things, or even just bored, or not knowing what to do things, I can use that first thing that comes up, the to-do list or the calendar. It's something I can use to like, hey, what haven't you done in a while that you could do now, or something like that. And it's a good way of like really getting into habits. And like that's one thing I want to do, is like get back into the habits that I've formed. And I've fallen out of my habits, and it's like it's so tough, right? And I know I'm repeating myself a lot. I haven't done this in a while, and I already repeat things. So it's worse enough when I haven't done this in a while. So I'm just gonna be repeating. This is basically everything that's going in my head. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I feel it, man. I feel myself descending into a person that I don't want to be, that I'm not proud of, and that's not something that I want to be. And I feel like there's some things in my life right now that I should be proud of. Like I'm taking steps towards, getting a sort of job or doing something that's productive. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that, and I'm biking, and I'm like, there's things that I should be proud of myself for, you know. It's just, and yeah, I think it's a balance of things. I gotta listen to both voices in my head. The one that says, "Hey, you need to give yourself some slack," and the other one that says, "Hey, you could do better, man. You could like really do better." And I think I gotta listen to the good parts of both of those things. I gotta make sure not to listen to one extremely, because if I listen to that one voice that says, "Hey, give yourself some slack," I might be giving myself too much slack. I might be just doing indulgent things. And if I truly love myself, if I truly care for myself, I know the things that are good for me. I know the things that will make me feel good and will better me. So I had to do those things. So yeah. Definitely gotta set up some calendars. It'd be nice. So yeah, it's a new week in the calendar. It's a new start, and I think it's a good start. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I say this almost like every time, but I think this was good for me. And there's not okay. I gotta remember. Obviously, it's hard to remember a feeling. It's almost impossible to remember a moment. You can remember an experience. You can remember certain details. You can never really remember everything. You can't remember the thoughts that you have. You can't remember the feeling, the overall feeling. I don't know how to say it. You can remember emotions. You can remember how those emotions made you feel, but you can't remember a moment. And I think, but I will try to remember this feeling of, hey, talking is not such a bad thing. Checking in with yourself is not such a bad thing. Sure, there's a lot to be anxious about, but talking about it helps. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like, yeah. Well, actually, I do know what it is. I know why I sort of avoid these things, and it probably has something to do with the fact that talking about it means facing it, even maybe even facing or acknowledging that it's there. And if you acknowledge that it's there, then it's real. Um, so yeah, I do acknowledge that I haven't been doing as well as I should have been. I acknowledge that I've been sleeping late, being more indulgent, and doing things that I'm not so proud of. But overall, I think I'm proud of myself for being me and having the capacity and the mindful state to say, hey, I need to get in front of this webcam and fucking just record and just get on there and talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. I literally, I would love to always be in that state. And obviously, I can't just be in that. It takes practice, it takes habits, it takes, again, it takes practice to constantly be in a state where you check in with yourself and you realize things. You know, I that would be such a nice trick. You know, it's like, hey, if you don't want to work out today, just go do a couple fucking pull-ups, do a couple push-ups. Or like even during fasting, like I remember those days of fasting, I would like suffer throughout the whole day, have headaches and shit. And at that point, I wish I was in a mindful state to say, damn, you should really just eat something. I know you're doing this to try and lose weight and, you know, try to be healthy. So eat something healthy. Go cook something healthy. And I'm sure it would taste good because you've just gone through fasting. Or even on the other end, if I haven't been fasting, if I've been eating too much, I could say, man, I know you're hungry right now and I know you really just wanna, and while I'm like just putting all that food in my plate, maybe I can have like that 1 second of mindfulness, now 1 second of a mindful state where I say, maybe this is too much. How can I get more out of this? How can I get more out of a smaller meal? Well, I could try to be more mindful and like have mindful eating, and obviously I get more out of the experience, and then I don't have to eat as much. It's just that easy. But no, it's like, you know, I can sit here and try to think of all the ways that those little seconds of mindfulness can help me. And I thought I did that, man. Okay, look, I tried to do a thing. I swear to God, I downloaded a mindfulness app. For real. And like, ugh. You know what I'm thinking? Bro. So, meditations before sleep does not work for me. I don't think I can do it consistently, you know? I don't think I can, yeah, I honestly don't think I can do it consistently, so I don't know what to do about that. I also don't know what to do about, yeah, I don't know. Morning meditations seem to have worked in terms of habit. Oof, man. It's been 213 days since my last fast. What the hell? That is insane, bro. Yeah, that's insane. This past year, bro. It's past 200 days, bro. Time moves so fast, man. I don't. It hurts. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot. But yeah. No, I'm glad. Kind of want to have some tea right now. Calm down. Just relax. Take in. But yeah, I honestly think, I really do think this is too good for me, man. This thing. Oh, I don't know why I don't. I need to fucking schedule. I need to figure out a way to remind myself to why it's so good to remind myself. It's hard to remind myself. It's hard to remind myself the reasons as to why I do things. The reason why I want to pursue meditation. The reason why I want to pursue everything. Why I want to do this. Why I want to fix mental health. And it's like, sure, I could do all that, spend all the time, energy in that. Or, on the other end, I could just play video games all day and not give a shit about anything. And that's what I've been doing this past month. And honestly, like, sure, it's kind of nice, being numb, not feeling anything. But at the same time, it's kind of fucked. It's kind of like, what am I doing, bro? Like, I'm just not. It's not it, man. I don't know. Okay. You know what? I think it's time for me to stop grueling myself like that and enjoy a nice day tomorrow. Gonna wake up. I'm gonna put on an alarm. That's a good idea. Definitely gonna put on an alarm. I'm gonna have I'm gonna drink some tea. Maybe watch an episode of New Amsterdam. And even when oh my god, I don't know if this too. Even when I watch things like anime or TV shows or anything, like I'm so out of it. Like, I'm not there. I'm not enjoying the times that I have. It's like I'm complaining that I don't have enough time. I'm eating like 200% of a food item just to get the 20% experience, if that makes sense. Like I'm doing more to try and experience more. How to explain this? Okay, let's use an example, I guess. Instead of watching an episode, a 40-minute episode of our favorite TV show and being there completely, I would much rather watch 10 episodes and sort of watch it and get the same amount of experience out of the situation, if that makes sense. Like, I spend so much more time and so much more energy doing something to get more out of it instead of just getting more out of it by being there more. If that makes, I don't know how to explain it, but it makes so much sense in my head. It's just trying to articulate it. It's so hard. Like, instead of focusing on the thing that I'm doing at the current moment, I would half-ass be there and spend more time doing that and get the same amount of experience. Like, I'm basically wasting time and was about to say money and resources because that's like something you usually say. I'd much rather spend time um more time how do I say this, bro? Like I'm so fucking annoyed at myself right now. I do more so I get more instead of being there more and getting more that way. I'm trying to get more out of an experience by doing more of that thing, which makes sense, right? Like, you know, if you want to get that movie experience, more of that movie experience, you watch more movies. But in my case, I'm barely in that experience. I'm barely in the moment to try and experience the very thing that I'm doing. So I end up doing more. So I'm like multitasking, right? It's like I'm multitasking watching a movie and playing a game. So instead of playing the game for 30 minutes and getting my fill for the day, right? Stay with me. I get my fill for the day. I'm hoping this makes sense. See, I'm noticing it more on camera now. Instead of doing it that way and getting my fill for the day, right? Anyway, sorry, what was I saying? So, I'm watching a movie and playing a game at the same time. Instead of getting more out of my experience by just focusing on the game at hand, I will play for longer because I'm not experiencing as much because I'm using half my energy on the movie. Makes sense, right? And same goes things for the movie. I'm spending less energy on it because I didn't get much, movie experience. So I'll watch a second movie or a third movie to get the same amount of experience as I would have watched the movie, like just completely focus on that. And I think I have trouble staying in the moment, and that's like such a big thing. It's like, there's a reason why I watch 20 episodes of something because I'm barely there. If I'm more in the present moment, I'm getting more out of the experience, and if I'm getting more of the experience, I'll have less of a need to watch more of that thing or do more of that thing. And same thing with food, I think. Trying to get more out of an experience. I'm so mad at myself, bro. I don't know how to explain this. It's so hard. And I don't know how this is sounding, but it's whatever. Like it's starting to make sense. It's starting. It's getting there. So yeah, same thing with food. Like I'm trying to get a good experience and a nice experience out of my food. I'm trying to enjoy my food. But instead of just enjoying being there in the moment and enjoying the food that I'm eating and enjoying the taste of it, enjoying the very experience of it, I'm sort of there. I'm like, this is good. Okay, while I'm fucking watching something, and I'm watching something, yeah, this is good. And like, occasionally I the taste brings me back. It's like, oh wow, this is such good tasting food. But ultimately, 80% of my time is spent on the phone and watching something. So if 80% of my experience or focus is directed to something else other than eating, I'll tend to eat more to try and get my fill or my need for the day of like, tasting good food. So yeah, honestly, I honestly think it's impossible to multitask. Almost impossible. Um, in the case of podcasts and multitasking that way, and like listening to an audiobook while I'm like commuting, I guess. Like if I ever like, I guess in that case, commuting, like doing, um, like reading that way, it's not too bad, I guess. You know. So yeah, there's that. How else? How else do we say this? So yeah. Um, how effective is the first dose? Okay, sorry. I was wondering. So I got my first dose of vaccine. I kind of don't want to talk about this. It's like this is too much updates. It's been 40 minutes talking to myself. Kind of don't want to do that right now, which is fine. But I'll talk about this last thing and maybe I'll head out. So yeah. Ah. Nah, you good. Nah. You good. Watch a couple and then head to bed anyway. Uh, yeah, for sure. Anyway. So yeah, I got my vac. What was I talking about? Yeah. I got my vaccine. Anyway, sorry. I don't. Anyway, what was I talking about, dude? Yeah. So yeah, I got my first vaccine shot. I was just looking up. I was wondering if how much that first vaccine protected. See, That's what I mean. Multitasking. It's hard. It's impossible to do. Well, when I say that, I mean like it's because multitasking is just switching from one task to another really fast in between. There's no such thing as actually multitasking. You can't focus on two. You can't fully focus on two things at once. So yeah. Okay. Sorry, I figured it out. I just, to be honest, completely wasted the past 7 minutes. But anyway, yeah, that was a good talk. I should definitely do this more. Um. So yeah. Yeah. So I'm just wondering how protected I am. I guess. Um. Anyway, that was good. I'm gonna probably head to bed soon. Seeing as I'm waking tomorrow up at 9:30. And yeah, everything's gonna be great. I'm gonna go get myself a cup of tea. I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm gonna watch an episode or something of New Amsterdam or This Is Us or something and be totally in that. Be totally with the experience and all and whatever. Not be in bed and doing other things. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Good night.